So we continue where we left off after that cliffhanger as we saw that Yoshida was telling Aza, like, hey, can you keep me company for a minute? AKA, can you hang out for a couple of minutes before you go on your separate ways? So Yoshida and Aza are both having coffee as they're discussing about their values and their affirmations and their views in life. And in the current moment, Aza, she's just wondering, is thinking about like why Yoshida wants to talk to her because of the fact of Yoshida, he hangs out with Denji a lot. She also knows about Yoshida being the public safety hunters organization. That was Hunters Organization, the actual real one, as a high school student. And that she was just thinking in her head, like, oh, maybe he likes me because he's telling me about his values and everything else. And maybe he knows that I asked Denji on a date and he's probably jealous and everything. So this is what's just going on to the mind of Aza as of this current moment. And then things got more escalated because she was just kind of like embracing what Yoshida was going to tell her, because she's thinking that Yoshida's going to tell her, like, hey, Aza, I like you. But that didn't happen. And even though Yoshida kind of like built it up to it, because he said that there's something I always wanted to tell you for a while now. And then you can just see Aza's face as she's like about to embrace, and she has kind of like some blushing moments right now because she's just like, okay, man, I'm gonna have a boy wanting to be with me, because after Denji stood me up and everything, I'm gonna have another boy who wants to be with me, because she's female, she wants boy attention. So as of this crazy moment, she's just like embracing the waiting to see what Yoshida is going to say. And Yoshida says that the thing is, I want you to stay away from Denji, which her ego and all of her embracement of wondering and thinking that Yoshida is going to ask her out just shattered, because she wasn't suspecting Yoshida to say, hey, stay away from Denji. And as of this crazy moment, this is another person that doesn't want Denji and Asa to like stay together. Like, it is just 100% crazy how, like, we already saw from the last chapter that Nayuta told Denji, like, hey, stay away from her, she's bad news. And then now you have Yoshida, he's up there telling Asa, like, hey, stay away from Denji. And so he was just like walking, and he was just like, well, I'm glad we have this talk. So either way, if you think of like any reason, you can interpret it how you like, because I'm not going to give you the actual real reason. So if you think of anything of the reason, well, go ahead. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to tell you the real reason why I told you to stay away from Denji. So he's just like, have a good day. And he just go ahead and dip. And then the scene just shifted to where we see Nayuta. As she's sleeping, she wakes up because she smells a devil has appeared, and it's a nasty scent. So she smells it. So then she goes on ahead and try to wake up Denji, saying that, hey, go ahead and turn into the Chainsaw Man. Go ahead and hunt them. It's hunting time. And as you can just see how she's interacting with Denji, it's just like a damn dog, which is kind of really funny because, that's what Maki did to Denji. And there she's going to tell Denji, like, hey, Denji, get up. It's hunting time. Go ahead and kill these damn devils because they're near. And Denji's like, I don't feel like being a Chainsaw Man anymore. She was like, what? Why? And as she just keeps hitting Denji, and Denji's like, cuz even if anybody finds out about my secret identity, I want to be with a lady, and that's not going to happen because you always going to block me anyways. And as of this moment, we can just see that Denji is being defiant because of the fact of what happened last chapter, when we saw that Nayuta tells Denji, like, hey, like, you can't be with this woman. And as of this moment, Nayuta also told Denji, like, hey, every girl that you try to be with try to kill you. So, don't try to be with anyone. So Denji's interpreting it as like, hey, Nayuta is going to block him from getting a girlfriend, and that he's going to die alone. But in actuality, Nayuta is trying to protect him because of the fact that it is that she knows what's the danger and the outcome, and how Denji's luck is with women just always doesn't turn out to be very, very positive. So So Nayuta, she goes and try to convince Denji into turning into the Chainsaw Man by saying that if he turns to a Chainsaw Man a lot of people will like him, and that he will get many more love from any other woman besides a girlfriend that could ever do. He goes ahead and he thought about it, and he was just like, you know what, you're right. So then he's gonna go and transform into the Chainsaw Man, which is very interesting because how she was able to manipulate the situation from going into her favor even more, and also too how she's kind of treating Denji, because she says Denji is her property, and how she's just hitting Denji and telling him what to do, which is very, very interesting. So you can just kind of see how she's technically is being controlling without using her powers, but Denji is just being the bigger brother role and trying to protect her and making sure that she's okay and that she is like pretty much as well loved and everything else, which is pretty cool because we get to see more interactions with Nayuta and Denji. So then the scene gets into Asa as she is walking. It looks like she's going to go home, and she's walking down the street, and she feels very, very hurt. Her feelings hurt because she felt stupid because she let herself convince that someone will like her and that she hates this feeling and everything. And then so she was just like, I only care about myself, yet whatever. I get lonely, I crave for companionship and all this stuff. And then you just see the war devil. She's just talking to her saying that I know you're arrogant, Asa, but me thinking that you're a little bit way too down on yourself. So then all of a sudden, as they're continuously talking, a man fell off of the building as Asa is just in shock to see a man falling from the sky, crashing on the ground with his bones shattering. Probably look like he is dead. No, he's dead. So we see that the war devil goes on ahead. She says, stay back, Asa, as she takes control over the body. And then all of a sudden, there's a group of people from the building just staring at the war devil as the scene just ends, as we see that the war devil is staring at the people from the building, and that's how the chapter ends. So we don't know what the hell is happening at this moment, and this could be probably the devil that we saw that Nayuta was telling Denji that, hey, it's time to go transform into the Chainsaw Man, because this devil is probably responsible for the guy's death, and which probably will cause the Chainsaw Man to appear, and maybe we'll get the answers of seeing the imposter Chainsaw Man. And I can see how the scene can probably be that this is probably the imposter Chainsaw Man, and we see Denji has arrived and he sees that there's another Chainsaw Man, and we probably will see that the war devil is probably freaking out like, what the hell is going on? But it could be also other devil as well that we haven't known yet, and we're going to see how Denji and the war devil are going to interact with each other on trying to most likely defeat this devil, but also to Denji try to protect himself, because not only that the devil is probably attacking Denji, but he's also got to worry about the war devil as well. There could be many possibilities of what's going to happen, because Chainsaw Man is going to be on another break for next week, so we won't know until the following week. So after that, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think was going to happen, or the conclusion of this chapter. And if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is the Monto Man. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out here. Peace.